We are day 37. Okay, so I want to talk about human design because I've been in the DMs with my client, and I feel like there is something I do want to talk about in terms of human design. So I'm a human design reader. I'm very passionate about human design. I love talking about it, and I talk about it every now and then here on my Instagram. It is a lot of fun for me. On my Instagram, I don't do like some of the things some other human design readers do where, they talk every post about the types and explain things. I speak about human design when it feels right for me, and I'm doing it my way. And so that being said, today I wanted to take the live and talk about it. For those who don't know what human design is basically, I call it your energetic blueprint. So you can get your chart from mybodygraph.com. Hi, Edward. Thanks for joining. So you can take your chart from mybodygraph.com, and it will tell you what type you are, what's your strategy, what's your authority. And your authority is basically how you make decisions. Strategy, pretty straightforward, it's strategy. And so human design is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. A lot of people are finding out about it, which makes me so excited because I do think it's an incredible tool to use alongside in your life, just your everyday life, your business, or even in your work environment. It's amazing. It makes sense of so much, and there's so many aha moments, but there is also a lot of deconditioning to be done because it's who you are truly, right? Who you are energetically. And so we've been conditioned a lot by the outside world, by society, to be a certain way. We've been put in a box of how we need to do certain things. But human design is saying that no, you don't have to be put in this box. You can be who you are meant to be. And I have noticed a lot, with society that we put in a box, but then also because we are used to society putting us in boxes, then we use an incredible tool like human design, and then we use that to continue putting ourselves in other boxes. And it's no, that's not what human design is. It's not to put yourself into another box. It's for you to understand yourself another level, for you to navigate and work with what feels right for you so that you can bring more ease, more flow, feel really good about who you are and how you do things. It is not meant that if you put yourself in this box and you're because I'm an X type, then I can only do this, or I should be doing it this way. It's no, you are this type. And this is one way of doing things if it feels right for you. And by doing that, does that bring you more flow and ease into your life? Or is there maybe another way? And so there are a lot of people who talk about human design here on Instagram, which is amazing. And they all give you their view and what they've learned through their experiment. So human design is an experiment through their experiment and their journey. And they give you one breadcrumb. And another reader on Instagram will give you another breadcrumb. And if you do one reading with an actual human design reading with me, for example, I will give you some breadcrumbs. But then another reader will give you another breadcrumb. And it is up to you to pick up these breadcrumbs and try them and say, does this feel right for me? I'm going to try it. If it feels right with your authority, making that decision with your authority, if it feels right, do I keep it or do I put it aside? Because sometimes it may not feel right in this journey in your, in this very moment in your life. And maybe there needs to be, certain experiences or deconditioning to do in your design. And maybe that breadcrumb be beneficial in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, in 1 month's time, in a week's time. And so it's a matter of picking each of these breadcrumbs, taking them, trying them and seeing, does this resonate? Does this land? Does this feel right to me? Using your authority. And then ones that don't feel right, put them aside. Just put them aside. Don't throw them out. Put them aside, because you never know if they may come back. And that's what it's all about. Human design is not meant to limit you. It's not meant to say like, oh, because you are this type, or this is your strategy, that like this is how you should be doing things. Like obviously there's like still some like basic understanding, basic knowledge of like the whole part of like making decisions from your authority versus your mind. But then that is again making decisions based on your intuition versus your mind. And that's another whole conversation which I can have on another day as to why it's important to make decisions from our body versus our head. But I don't want to kind of go off too much of a tangent on that part. And so the other thing of like why human design is an experiment and why not everything will work for everyone is because each individual's chart is not the same. You all have like each chart is so different from like if you start going in the levels deeper of like how someone may access their authority versus how someone else with that same authority may access that authority, will be completely different. It's not the same. The gates and channels are like, yeah, maybe two people may have the same gate or may have the same channel, but they're not the same type, or they may not have the same authority, or they may not have the same like determination or where the arrows point on top, or their gates may not be under the same planets. There are so many details and levels to human design that by giving a blank slate on like a blank kind of like, you know, putting people in a box of like that you are a Mani Gen with a sacral authority and this is what you need to do. This is how you need to navigate. But then it's like there's so much more other layers to your chart that some of it may not resonate or may not land. And so it is up to you. It is always up to you to figure out how to use your chart in your human design in the way it feels right for you. And how for you to live by your design. It is up to you. Human design and readers, human design coaches, we give you the key. That's all we do. The chart gives you the key. At the end of the day, it's up to you to take that key and unlock that door. So pick up the breadcrumbs. What resonates, take it. What doesn't resonate, leave it. And that is basically my 2 cents on human design for today. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated, please like, share, comment. I appreciate it. This is day 37 of 365 days live, and I'll see you tomorrow.